Well, it turns out they have different goals. Your kids don't want to work like you do or like your parents did. And it looks like businesses are going to have to be flexible.
Joining us on the Kogo News Live line is Alec Stewart with Eagle Insured Advisors. Pew Research took a look at these numbers, and what is it that, Alec, that millennials don't want to do?
Good morning. Definitely, when you look at some of these numbers and you think about it and apply them, they're kind of secondary. And what I mean by that is we know from everything we've seen, the millennials are some of the quickest, most efficient workers out there. They're super productive and they're super entrepreneurial. They like to take risks and they like to have open-ended type jobs. So when we look at some of these research numbers and we think, oh wow, they're entitled, or they want their cake and eat it too, as far as work-life balance and having jobs with no salary cap. The thing to think about is, how quickly they can work, how productive they can be, and as far as employers go, if you attract best talent, you better start thinking about how to get, harness that energy and that efficiency.
Now, are millennials asking too much from employers, or are employers becoming aware that they've got to be flexible with these guys?
Just like anything else, it's a mix. I mean, one of the major things that we thought about is we set up a 45-state national independent insurance agency with Eagle, is when we look at all these demographics and we look specifically at millennials, how are we going to attract the best talent in that demographic? And so as we set up our licensed client advisor program, the main things we looked at are being able to work from anywhere, being able to work your own hours, being able to get new and renewal income with no cap, those kind of things, so that if you had a millennial, let's say, that wanted to work on a Sunday or work on a Saturday night or whatever time, best fit them, if you can give them good solid lanes, good solid direction on the tasks that need to be completed in time frames, what we've seen is the vast majority of the time they're committed and they can get it done. And of course you'll have some that, are flaky, but that's with any group. As a group, as a demographic, millennials are very quick, very efficient. They want to take the risk because they feel like they have the confidence to be able to do the job. It's much like the kid in first grade that used to be able to take their exam in half the time, always get an A, and was sitting there, watching everybody else for half the class period. Millennials are very quick and they can get the job done.
Well, this sounds like kind of something that we all want. They don't want a dead-end job. They don't want a job with too much work and not enough life. They don't want corporate jobs. They want a job that pays. So why is it changing for them when in the past, we've all wanted something like that?
Right, and the big issue there is exactly what you're saying, is what you want and do. And so I think in the past, if you really get into the nuances of it, people would say, yes, I want a 9-to-5 job. But then they would sacrifice taking any risk to get paid that salary. Whereas a millennial might say, I don't want the 9-to-5 job. I want to be able to create work-life balance. And, on the flip side, I want an open-ended salary cap and work my own hours, and they'll take risk. I mean, they'll go out and work in income-generating jobs that are commission-based or goals-based, rather than sitting back and just taking their 9-to-5, stable-type job and stable-type salary. So the flip side is that, they believe in themselves. They are very confident. And so I think, what we've done with the Eagle Insurance is give them the shot. And the ones that can go out and do it, which we've seen is the vast majority of the time, it works great. And then there are some that, just like any other demographic, like I said, that want everything and don't want to put in as much time or effort. And those get weeded out.
All right, Pew Research, again, looking at the numbers, millennials don't want to do a whole lot, but what they are doing is their jobs and apparently doing them quite well. That is Alec Stewart with Eagle Insured Advisors here on the Kogo News Live line.